I rescued T-Rex finally. He was under this chair. Hi everybody, I'm Amanda the G, and let's talk about reading the room. So the other day, my phone vibrates and it's OkCupid telling me that I have a message. Now if you don't know this about OkCupid, they changed their policy a little bit back, and now you don't get messages like to your inbox unless you both have liked each other, so you both swipe right because they're trying to be Tinder that's not Tinder. So when you get a message from someone that you haven't swiped right on, it comes up and says, someone liked you and sent you a message, blah blah blah, swipe to find out who. So then you have to go through and swipe like left and right through people until you find the one that gives you a message. And they usually do it pretty early on. It's usually in the first like 5 to 10, so you're not like sitting there forever like, where the fuck is this message? And it does tell you, it'll have a little box that says they messaged you, and you can click on it and see the message before you make your decision to swipe right or left or whatever. It's just an extra hurdle that they added that's kind of obnoxious for me because I mainly just use all of this stuff for cobs. But anyway, that's tangential to the story, and it's just something that I want to rant about because I don't like the change, and I think it's really stupid, and I think it's something that you probably should have been able to opt into, but whatever. So my phone vibrates, and I go through and I'm swiping on people, and I come to the message. The message itself is not the problem, okay? It was a perfectly nice message. It's who sent it. My friend's ex-fiance. Read the room. And I know it's been a few years and it was a perfectly nice message, but you kind of have to think a couple things before you send a message. One, what do you expect to happen from this message? And two, what is reasonably acceptable to happen from this message? And kind of judge the situation that way. And it could just be me, but I'm not going to date anyone who was engaged to my friend. It's just not gonna happen. And it's also like, I don't talk to you. I haven't talked to this guy since they broke up. Years ago. It's part of the collateral damage of a relationship, okay? When a relationship ends, you don't just lose that person. You lose their entire family and you lose their friends, generally speaking. Obviously, there are exceptions to all of this, and people will probably tell me all of these exceptions that they have to this. Yeah, fine, but generally speaking, there's collateral damage and everybody just goes blah. It's kind of established in a few years who went to who or who stayed mutual. And I clearly went with my friend and I DGAF about her ex. And that could just be me, and it's not like the message was terrible, and it's not like it was inappropriate, and he really wasn't hitting on me or anything, but it was just kind of like, why even bother? And it's one thing if you see someone out and then you just kind of make nice. Like a few months ago I was at the store and I ran into my ex's mother, which was so friggin' awkward. I was just like, okay, this is who this is. I'm going to extricate myself from the situation and just keep buying groceries. And she saw me and was like, I need to say hello. So you've got two very different opinions as to what has to happen here. So I shook her hand and then she gave me a hug. And then that was weird. And then like, she looked great. Like, let me tell you, I didn't go into this whole thing, but she had lost weight and she looked younger and her hair was all cute and short and adorable. So, you know, I complimented her hair, blah, blah, blah. And she asked me about my job. And then it's like, why are you still talking? And then it was like the most awkward, okay, bye. Grab the rest of my food, go check out and leave. It was just too much for me. But that's also like, if you see someone out, okay, talk to them, be nice. But it's a different thing to send them a message when you haven't seen them. But that got me thinking about a message that I was sent years ago that's way worse than this whole situation. So back when I was dating my ex, his best friend and roommate was a complete dick to me. He was such a jackass, and clearly he didn't like me very much, and the feeling was friggin' mutual, you jackass. After my ex and I split, I was distraught. I had my heart ripped out of my chest, torn into a bazillion little pieces, lit on fire, and the ashes blown across the room. And over time, I found duct tape and duct taped all of those ashes together, rolled them into a ball, shoved it back into my chest, and eventually started working on making that tape a muscle again. But back in the whole staring at the ashes on the floor period of time, I'm getting messages from my friends, checking in, that kind of thing, and I get a message from my ex's best friend and roommate. asking me how I'm doing. And it's kind of like, what the fuck? That's pretty much what I said to him was, why do you care? A few days later, a few weeks later, he keeps messaging me, asking me how I am, trying to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we're not friends. You don't like me. And I even said flat out, like, you've been a jackass to me this whole time. You don't like me. Why are you bothering to communicate? He's like, oh, well, you read that all wrong. And then he proceeds to be completely inappropriate and start hitting on me. So a few weeks after my ex and I broke up, his best friend and roommate was trying to hit on me. And on top of that, he was in a relationship at the time, and I hope to freaking everything that that girl has left him because she deserves so much better than that jackass. Read the room. That's it for this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below, and if I'm completely off the mark with the whole read the room thing, maybe I'm the weird one, maybe I just don't get other people. And if you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my channel and make a new video every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah. My neighbor just keeps walking back and forth between the houses and she might have heard me.